Hey everybody, so I'm making videos in the car now. I am not filming this, so it's okay. I'm paying attention to the road. I'm not going to be looking at the camera unless there's no one around, which there's no one around right now, so I'm driving through a park. But okay, so today I want to talk to you about the real way to transform your body. And it's not the way that you probably think, because everybody uses the same approach, and that's why there's like a 99% failure rate. If you want to get results, you're going to have to do something completely different from what everybody else does. Everybody else diets, they try to starve themselves, they restrict themselves with calories, they join these insane boot camps for exercise, they buy all these miracle pills that are supposed to just get them skinny in their sleep, and all they're doing is throwing money away. And then we feel defeated, and then it sets us up inside for the habit of failure, where literally our emotional mind starts to sabotage us the next time we try to take off weight, because it's thinking, you know, this didn't work last time, why do you think it's going to work this time? And it keeps us from consistently following through. Consistency is the key to any goal, right? If you consistently take action, the right action, then you're going to get to your goal eventually. And it's just that people don't do that. They do it for a couple weeks and then quit, and then do it for a little while and then quit. And they keep quitting instead of staying consistent. So one of the ways that I've helped people for, 23, 24 years now of doing one-on-one sessions with thousands and thousands and thousands of clients is, and specifically for body transformation, for losing weight, right, is by retraining their mind using hypnosis strategies and tools from neurolinguistic programming. Now, a lot of people don't understand what those tools are, and I've made videos explaining what it is, so I'm not going to go into that right now. But what I want to do is tell you what exactly that I've done using the hypnosis, and how do you retrain your emotional mind. Well, the reason I say we have to retrain it is because since birth, we've been conditioned by family, by our cultures, by food marketing companies to eat, and eat their specific products, their specific brands. And most of the food we eat is really bad for you. If you look at the calories, the first ingredient is corn sugar syrup or sugar, you know, and there's like 15, 20 different names for sugar. And so they'll have 3 different names, and they're all sugar, 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 but they can't say that. And so it's horrible. I mean, people are just being poisoned, and then everybody's sick, and you know, and we're not happy, and we're stressed out, and so it's not good. So what I've done is I've learned how to retrain your mind. And so there's some specific things. One is how we communicate with ourselves, because we sabotage ourselves all the time. We're not focusing on what we want. We focus on what we're afraid of. And whatever you focus on the most, you move towards. Whatever you think about most of the time, that's what your life becomes. Well, most of the time, people are thinking about what they don't want, what they don't have, and why they're unhappy. And that's why they keep having more of it. They're not focusing on what they want, what they can create, what they can do today to get it, and how they can make it fun. So we have to teach people how to retrain the way they talk to themselves. The second thing we do is we look at portions, right? So when people are talking about eating, oh, I'm hungry all the time, or I can't stop eating, or I'm binging, or I'm addicted to sugar, or I'm a chocoholic, they just keep reinforcing that in their mind. And remember what I said, whatever you say to yourself the most, you're going to start to believe in it. And so they start buying into this stuff. And then it feels like it's real, but it's not. It's just something that you're telling yourself. And so if you want to shift that, you start focusing on, all right, what are you really hungry for? What are you really trying to fill up inside? What's that void that you're trying to fill up with food? You know, because you can eat forever and still be unhappy and stressed out. Well, what's the deal with that? You know, if that food was going to make you all satisfied and happy, then it should be working, and you should be like the happiest person you know. If you have gained over 100 pounds, you should be like the happiest person on the planet, right? But is that what's happened? No, because it's a lie, because it's false. So instead, we focus on what I'm really missing is I don't feel good about myself. I don't love myself, or you know, I don't feel like I have closeness or connection, or I have marriage problems. You know, people that are in relationships have struggles with that. It requires work and better communication and learning how to grow, and most people don't take classes on that. They just try to wing it, and using the same stuff that they have done before, or using the same stuff that their parents have used, and that's not going to work. You know, Albert Einstein said you can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it. You have to learn, you have to grow, you have to become more to be able to find solutions and to make your life better, whether it's your relationships or your finances or your health. And so going through our body transformation program gives you the education that you need to start getting better results that are more sustainable, so you get to keep the results you get. So we condition people to fill up those spaces with more adventure and love and security and comfort, so that food becomes secondary. If you're someone who says, I can't stop thinking about food, I'm always thinking about food, I'm having breakfast thinking about what's happening for lunch, I'm at work, and all I can think about is that piece of chocolate cake when I get home, what you're telling me is that you're lonely and bored, right? That you don't have enough joy in your life to go beyond that first stage. When we're infants, we're in the oral phase, the oral fixation phase. We get all our satisfaction and pleasure through chewing, through drinking, through nuzzling, through our mouth. So if you're an adult and you're still doing that, where's the development? You haven't grown. Now, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, hey, we all have done that. I've done that too. I put on 19 pounds, from, getting into the habit of my wife and I would work all day, come home, get the kids in bed, and then 10 o'clock at night, all right, what do we want to eat? Let's go get some cheese and chips and drink a box of wine and eat a whole bunch of crap before we go to bed. I was doing it like everybody else, but I was tired and I was sick and I was frustrated and I was stressed and I was having headaches and I was having aches and pains, and I hated that. And so I started changing it around and taking my own advice that I was dishing out to my clients, and it made such a big difference, right? So that's why I'm on this campaign, to really help you to understand that we've got to change what's going on in your mind. The same thing with fitness. Most people say they hate exercise. People will admit that when they do it, they feel great afterwards, but they tell themselves that they hate it. And it's usually because they overdo it, and then they can't walk for 5 days, and they keep pushing themselves, and they're not doing it the right way, and it sabotages their success. So what I do is I teach people how to love exercise, how to love fitness, how to look at it differently, how to feel excited about it. We get stressed a lot. What if you could create buttons or triggers inside of you where you could instantly feel calm, relaxed, peaceful, grateful, in control, motivated, confident, focused, at will? You can do that. You can train your mind to create those emotional responses. We call it a trigger, right? Or an anchor. You can anchor these responses and then cause these feelings to come over you wherever you're at. It doesn't matter where you're at, who you're with, what's going on. So these are really valuable, powerful tools that you can use. You have the hardware, you have your brain, you have the software, you have the ability, you just need the right program, right? So let me be the Geek Squad for your brain and show you the shortcuts that are going to help you get bigger, better results. So you are not fighting yourself and not fighting your own brain and not relying on logic or willpower, because that's going to fade fast. And then you're going to fall back on your emotional programming. Well, in our program, that's exactly what we want. We want you to fall back on your emotional programming, because that's what we are doing. We're emotionally programming you to follow through in a way that gets you the results and makes you feel more fulfilled and happy. So we do it with fitness, we do it with cravings, we do it with eating, we do it with self-confidence, we do it with a sense of being in control, we do it with whatever it is that you're struggling. We will show you how to retrain your emotional mind to respond in the way that leaves you feeling happy, healthy, and free. We've got the webinars, we've got the emotional freedom journey, we've got so many amazing things that we can take you through these experiences that will leave you feeling so fulfilled and happy that you will love this journey that we take you on with the body transformation. So click on the links below, get started with some of this stuff, jump into wherever part of the journey you feel like you are at, and let's start making some really exciting things happen. All right, so make today count, and together we're gonna make your life a sure success. Together, we're gonna get you the results that you desire so that you can truly live happy, healthy, and free. All right, thanks.